guys, it's Swarm3 from Swarm3 Productions, and in today's video, or even before this video starts again, I just want to talk to you guys about something because I'm making some changes to the channel, and no, I'm not changing as if my content or anything, I'm not changing that. What I am changing though is a few things that you guys are probably gonna like and probably not like. First thing I'm changing is my banner. I changed it, it looks really nice. I spent a lot of time on it. It took me a while because YouTube, what it tended to do is like it would just form or make its own shape or whatever, and basically you have to fit it, and it wasn't fitting, and I got it right, so it looks really nice. Hope you guys enjoy it as well. Like, it looks really nice. I spent good maybe 2 hours doing it, or an hour and a half, I don't even know, it took me a while. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about the channel is that I've decided to change my uploading date to Wednesday. Like, every Wednesday I will be posting a video because I find it to be inconsistent and very like messy if I don't post a certain day, because like I know a lot of my posts have been really inconsistent. Like, maybe one week I'll post Monday, and then one week I'll post just Friday, or one week I'll just post Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like like this week I had like the week off from February break, and I was able to post a lot, but I was posting a lot, but I wasn't editing enough, and I wasn't putting as much work into it. So I thought, maybe if I make it once a week and I put more effort into the video, maybe you guys will like it more, and you guys can expect more of it. Because if I'm just making videos just like constantly, not putting enough effort and enough editing into it, it's just kind of pointless, because then how am I going to be climbing? How am I going to make sure you guys are actually enjoying the content? So I'm going to be posting every Wednesday, and also I want to be striving to make new things. Like, I've been changing a lot. I've been trying to make my YouTube channel in a sense kind of grow as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to grow too, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it the right way, like with using good tips and tricks and everything. So I'm not gonna be like exploiting the algorithm. I literally saw a YouTuber, or actually a person who works at YouTube, make a live stream, and he was talking about how the algorithm has changed a lot, and it's not only because of watch time or how long or how many likes, comments, and all that stuff. It's really about your velocity, and what he means by that is how long or how engaging is your audience into your content. So like, if you have content for 10 minutes and they're only watching for like 2 or 3 minutes, you don't have enough stream velocity, like he was saying in his live stream. Basically what I'm trying to say is I want to make sure that you guys enjoy it from start to finish. I mean, some of you guys do enjoy my content, whether I just edit it like that, or I just want to make sure that I make good content that you guys enjoy, and also I can make sure that I'm pumping out, that it's good, it's consistent, and I want to make sure that I want to be seen, in a higher standard. Like I said, like I think my recent video, I want to be seen as like a bigger YouTuber now, and not like a bigger YouTuber. I mean, I want to be seen as a thing. Like, I want to be somebody. You know what I mean? So hope you guys do accept my change like schedule and everything. I'm gonna be changing a lot of the channel as well, like titles and thumbnails. I want to make sure like every thumbnail I do from now on is a little bit more cleaner, a little bit nicer, and everything. I've been finding a lot of tips and tricks like on my own. Like, I'm a self-taught guy. Like, I've said, I think in the live stream, like, I taught myself everything how to do this. Like, I taught myself from scratch. Like, no one told me how to do YouTube. Like, I learned on the fly. Like, if I saw like a live stream, I'd ask, hey, how do you do this? Hey, how do you do this? I'd learn it, and then maybe I'd memorize it or write it down or something. So I'm always self-taught, because YouTube wasn't easy for me, because like when I came to like getting new programs, like I said, like Adobe, Photoshop, and Final Cut, those things were not easy to learn for me. But I'm still trying to learn. I'm still trying to make sure that I'm posting good content and good things for you guys to enjoy. So I hope you guys do respect that, and I hope you guys do enjoy the next couple weeks of my content, because I want to make sure that not only if I'm pumping out content, but if I do get my stuff back really soon, I want to pump it. I want to make it look good. I want to make sure it's clean. I want to make sure it's what it deserves, because I want to get that title. I want to be Swarm3 Productions, either hitting 1,000 subscribers, 100,000, a million, and just going on, because you guys are always behind me. You guys are always, enjoying my content. You guys are always supporting me, and I really do thank you guys a lot, because if it isn't for you, I wouldn't be right here, with 177 subscribers. So what if I'm at 177? That still means a lot to me, because I really am thankful for every one of you guys who subscribed, because it's just amazing, because I never thought I would actually grow on YouTube, because my old account had 200 subscribers, and that one got deleted. So now I'm gonna start over, but still, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep striving for greatness, you guys. So remember, always keep your head up, and always, So thank you again so much for the guys, the support and everything. So hope you guys do enjoy the videos. Gonna be popping up soon. Just give it a thumbs up, and make sure if you guys are new around here, hit that subscribe button. And it's been Swarm, guys. later. What up, you guys? It's Swarm3 from Swarm3 Productions, and in today's video, it's probably like a late video, I guess. Anyway, I wanted to bring you guys a new update that came to Clash Royale recently in February 13th, which is pretty kind of controversial and it's kind of ironic and weird for some of these updates because some of them cards I didn't really realize why they did a nerf or a buff or some things. But anyway, let's get right into the video. Hope you guys do enjoy. Give it a thumbs up if you guys do. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first thing that they did was for the Executioner. His damage decreases by 6%, his range goes down from 5 to 4.5, and now his axe hit radius is down by 10%. Now I was expecting either the Battle Ram or the Executioner to get a nerf because they were so overpowered. A lot of people use them and they're really just kind of overpowered cards. But I didn't really expect him to really lower his axe hit radius. I don't understand why. I mean, that seemed pretty fine to me. Like, I didn't notice anything different. Like, I was just expecting for them to lower damage or health, not really that much. They did range too, but I don't understand why. Like, damage is reasonable because, we don't have to make them too overpowered, but axe radius doesn't really make sense to me. Range, kind of, either way, 5 tile range, you still get targeted by the tower, so you're not considered overpowered. Next up, we have the poison. The duration to 8 seconds, so now it has dropped in duration. It went from originally 10 seconds to now 8 seconds, but its damage per second goes up 24%. So this is a controversial card in my opinion because poison you will have less of, but it'll do more damage per second. So we'll see if the poison will be a new used card. It says here, after this change, poison will be more reliable after getting its damage down. It deals more damage with each tick, but roughly the same damage over the duration. Skeletons will pop in 1 tick instead of 2, making it much better against skeleton army and graveyard, and viable alternative to fireball again. So now this is like a battle basically against a fireball and poison. I mean, honestly, I'll still pick fireball no matter what. I like the fireball. Next up, we have the Witch. Sheer damage increases by 6%, which is a good thing. I use the Witch a lot. She's a really good card now. Her use rate is really low in the later arenas and high win challenges, but it's quite good elsewhere. We're looking to give her a small boost without overpowering her in the early game. This change will allow her to one-shot equally leveled skeletons. Now, a lot of these buffs and nerfs, they seem reasonable because I really don't see nobody in arena 10 and high level 13s, 12s, 11 10s. I don't see nobody use the Witch, like nobody. Maybe if you're a low level, maybe like if you're arena 4, maybe from like 1 to 8, or if you're like in the arenas like lower than legendary, you are definitely using that the Witch. But a lot of people, when it comes to legendary arena, don't even touch that card because either they make cycle decks or they just have like a top trend deck or something, or they use something, right? So next up we have the P.E.K.K.A, a deploy time to 1 second. Literally, I made this video as soon as I heard the news because I was in training and one of my friends was playing Clash Royale, and all I saw was a guy deploy P.E.K.K.A and it instantly just landed. I'm like, what? I couldn't believe my own eyes. We're aiming to make P.E.K.K.A feel more usable and a bit more nimble to play, without breaking her identity as a big, burly robot. So it's a robot. Okay, so it's a robot and it's a her. We just confirmed it. Anyway, so the Dark Prince has a hit point increase of 5%. We've been considered a lower tier card for some time, as his stats aren't quite there when compared to other 4 elixir options. More hit points should allow him to charge around the arena, but with more success. So definitely this was actually a good buff to the Dark Prince because a lot of his his shield and his actual health overall is not good because him in general, like, he does splash. Overall to the Prince, he doesn't do as much damage, as much charge damage and everything, so it really does make it a little bit more of a usable card. People can use now the Dark Prince instead of the Prince, and it has like a good feel, and the Prince could be used more. But I feel as if now the Prince itself is just gonna be used less. But who knows? We'll just see it in the upcoming updates. With the new cards and new stuff that's gonna drop. Baby Dragon's range is increased by half a tile, so it goes from 3 to 3.5. This buff is actually pretty good. I mean, the Baby Dragon's a really good air splash. It's a really good card, has a really nice tank health, so it's a really good card. Baby Dragon is a fun and iconic card that doesn't play doesn't see a lot of play. A bit more range should make it a more appealing. I mean, if they made the tile range the 4 or 5, like that would be kind of overpowered. But still, I mean, 3.5 does make a big difference, in terms of the range and also how far she can get troops, or especially when it comes to skeleton armies, minion hordes, how well the baby dragon can stop them. It's a really good buff, I say, in my opinion. Next up, the skeletons. Now, the skeletons were buffed and nerfed and whatever, like all through Clash Royale history. It says here the skeleton count goes to 4 now from 3. So now they added another skeleton, made it the original 4. It says here, since Ice Spears joins the arena, the 1 elixir slot has become more competitive. So we're bringing the 4th skeleton. This change, aka 33% more calcium, will give skeletons a lot more value as a distraction tool. So basically, it's going to go back to the original where people had mini P.E.K.K.A.s being distracted by skeletons and boom, they were just done. That's going to probably bring up some question though, because this is one of the cards I did find to raise question and have a little controversy, because originally people didn't like the 4 skeletons because of how easy it stopped hogs, mini P.E.K.K.A.s, or any big single targeting troop. Especially like the the prince. It stopped his charge damage really well. Dark Prince. It really does make a big controversial thing. So, we'll see how it plays out. They're probably going to nerf it or something. They're going to have to do something with these skeletons. Now, finally, and this card is probably where it just shines the light or just makes me mad sometimes. Like, this card, and you guys probably already know it, the Skeleton Army. Skeleton Army, the skeleton count goes from 16 to 15, so they minus 1. It says here, a critical change to maintain the delicate balance of skeletal equilibrium within the arena. Now, I feel as if they made it so that if you have 5 skeletons, it's pretty much 1 elixir, and so if you have 15, it's 3 elixir. This card has been through hell, literally. Originally, it was 20 skeletons for 4 elixir. It had a nerf. I mean, it had a buff. It went up to 21. Then it had a major nerf. It went from 4 elixir to 3, and then it cut its skeletons from 21 to 16 originally. Now it's the decreasing one. So basically, this card is just going however way it chooses. I mean, a lot of these cards, don't get me wrong, I mean, I've never really used them a lot, but some of them are uh, more appealing to me now, like the Poison, the Witch, especially the P.E.K.K.A. Like the P.E.K.K.A. 1 second deploy time, that's crazy. You could just throw a P.E.K.K.A. down, throw like whatever, maybe a Fire Spirit, a Night Spirit, you are set. You're gonna get that tower. One thing I really didn't like is a skeleton army. You know, like the skeletons itself, the 4 to 3 doesn't really matter to me. The skeleton army does, because if you have, let's say for example, the skeleton army opposing against Hog or Ice Golem or a big tanky troop, chances are it's more wipeable or easier to get rid of. Because usually when you have like for example a P.E.K.K.A. and then you have a skeleton army surrounding it, it would have taken them longer as more skeletons to surround it and get rid of it. If you have less skeletons, they're more easy to get rid of, because a simple zap can get rid of 15 skeletons, no problem, and boom, your P.E.K.K.A. can go straight to the tower, and it'll cause havoc. So it's a lot of you know debate on this, on my opinion, honestly, because it's not to say it's not balanced, it's just like not fair. Like the skeleton army, I didn't really see being used a lot. Like a lot, I see a lot of people more using, Royal Giant, Elite Barbs. I mean, some people still use the Elite Bars. I mean, it's kind of like in between. Some people do, some people don't. Battle Ram, I haven't seen a lot of people use at all. That's surprising. It's a lot of cards, they do and don't use. I mean, it's like a normal thing. People nowadays, have ways to counter certain cards so they don't use it. Golem, for example, like for a reason I don't like Golem is, it's easily stoppable, and I'm not good with Golem decks at all. So the one reason I don't like Golem is because the deploy time is not really the big issue. It's just that it's movement speed. Because if you have a movement speed, right, and then you have, let's say, a bunch of troops just targeting it, you're not gonna get so far with it. Because let's say you do throw a fireball, a freeze, a zap, or whatever. Chances are those troops are still gonna do damage, and plus by the time the golem gets to the tower, it's already split, and it gets annoying because if you have, let's say for example, if you have a golem, right, it's going and you're sitting at 10 elixir. You have a golem, it's going. It's at 3-4. Now it's getting to 5 elixir. You can put your wizard down or your musket down or whatever the case may be. You throw it down, but how do you know what he's gonna deploy? He's not gonna probably deploy, an air troop, but he's probably deploy like skeleton army or something like that, and it gets really annoying because if you have single shot or even just splash, because some people when I used to play the golem deck, I had golem, wizard, musket, fire and ice, zap, fireball, and I think I had a mirror just in case they baited my fire spirits. I would play them again. Some people would have baby dragons and to just destroy me. They'd have skeleton armies. They had like a bunch of cards like that would just stop me, and it would get really annoying. It's also personal preference. I can't always say from experience like, oh, I'll definitely use the golem, or I'll definitely use this, or I'll definitely use that. It's personal preference. People eventually getting used to their deck, because if you build a deck and you use it for a long time, people are going to get used to it and they're going to, know the ins and out of it. They're going to know every little detail and every little flaw and they're going to find advantages to it. So it's a really controversial thing. It's not always about the player, it's just like what your preference is, because it's not always, hey, I'm going to use a golem. No, I mean, maybe you want to use the world giant, maybe you want to use the giant, maybe you want to use the ice golem, you want to people just want to mix it up, but that's what Clash Royale doesn't understand. Like, it's just personal preference. It's like, how people say, oh, it's just business, it's just personal preference, So, hopefully, Clash Royale just, listens and just does, their job, because people assume that they do these because, cards overpower anything, but they just do this so that people could use their card more. But, what are we gonna do? We as a community have the voice, but we have to make sure our voice is heard. Alright, you guys, that ends the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to catch you guys in my next video. Make sure to leave a like if you guys enjoyed it. Maybe Clash Royale or Supercell can hear this. And let me know if you guys want to see more of these, like, updates in Clash Royale and stuff like that, because I'm definitely liking these. I like to give you guys the news and everything, so I definitely do enjoy it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and it's been Storm, guys. Later.